There were chaos, drama, and misunderstanding at Baringo County Assembly proceedings after the House Speaker David Kerich clashed with members. It was during a motion to impeach the clerk and the Assembly CEO Joseph Koech.
Honorable members, I need Honorable Jepsongon to be upstanding. Upstanding. Now, Honorable Koech, sit down. Jepsongon upstanding. Jepsongon upstanding. Upstanding, Honorable Jepsongon. You will notice that when you were contributing, you were standing up, throwing hands up and shouting at very high notes. True? No. True. We want to proceed slowly because we want. Is it true? Is it true? Let us proceed. No, I am saying let us proceed. I am not finished with you already. So I think speak up. He's illegal in the chair. He's illegal in the chair. Yes. Okay, all the members. All the members. What?
Ambaye mheshimiwa alisema saa hii hata wengine hawajijui. Ni mmoja aliletwa kutoka Kondoa. Ya tatu, huyu mheshimiwa Pilki aliandika kuona ya msichana yake ambayo ni head of department katika bunge hili ya procurement. Hiyo ni conflict of interest ama sio hiyo? Ya pili, naomba mheshimiwa Spika unisaidie. Naomba unisaidie. Sio personal. Nataka niongeze kuongea.
What's the question? Let me give to the order. I am not giving to them to I am giving to them central accounts. This is the standing order. Any member who wants
Koech, the clerk to Baringo County Assembly, was charged with the following acts of gross misconduct. Charge 1. Failure to render expertly, non-partisan and impartial advice to the County Assembly as prescribed by Section 20 of the County Assembly Service Act of 2017 on financial management of funds, leading to soaring unprecedented debts/claims of up to 30 million by suppliers, MCAs, and members of staff during financial year 2018-2019. This is evidenced by a letter dated 17 October 2018 from the Director of Finance, Mr. Silas Kipruto, clearly indicating the debt pending claims amounting to 30 million. Unilaterally and irregularly employing one officer, namely Mr. Koech, as a driver without service board's approval, as evidenced by lack of requisite service board's minutes or any resolution on the same. 2. Engaging the said officer without conducting an open, transparent, and competitive recruitment process, thus floating recruitment procedures. 3. Occasioning loss and misuse of public funds by irregularly authorizing and effecting payment of salary to the above officer between April and October 2017, thereby violating Chapter 12 of the Constitution and Public Finance Management Act of 2012. 4. Abuse of office by deliberately failing to inform the service board of the illegal recruitment and termination of Kiprop Chirchir Koech contract in November 2017. Failure to respond to numerous internal audit queries, thus exposing the county assembly to public ridicule and disrepute, and so doing tarnishing the image of the county assembly as follows.
A shall be moved at least 30 minutes before the time appointed for the adjournment, and we are at now 6. So, Mr. Speaker, I request that you allow the House to extend the sitting so that we can have debate this motion fully. And I would want to ask the Honorable Tweet MC Koech to second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. On this afternoon in this House, proceed beyond the normal hours of 6:30 and be extended accordingly until the business at hand is disposed of. Proceed. Now that is the question. The question is, will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it.
Kama kuna watu corrupt, number 1 ni service food. Number 2 ni sisi ambao tunakula ambayo mnatupangia. Mimi nataka niseme hivi, Wakenya wakisikia Baringo County Assembly koech akichunguzwa, service food achunguzwe, sisi wote tuchunguzwe. Ukipatikana na pesa ambayo ulikula kwa njia ya halali, rudisha. Hata mimi niko tayari kurudisha kama nimekula. Sisi aingie Baringo hii, hakuna mchezo. Bwana kuna pesa ambayo hapana jua kutekeleza.
Thank you very much.
Nataka munisikize, nataka niende kwa double. Mmoja alipata kwa ajili bwana ya msichana yake. Tukiendelea kuangalia wale watu muliajiri. Wote walitoka eneo ya service board. Mmoja ulitoa wewe ukiwa mwenyekiti, uliajiri wote ya Baringo Central. Haya, wa pili ule walikuwa katibu na mwenyekiti ambaye anataka kuonoa, aliandika watu wa kuonoa ambaye mheshimiwa alisema saa hii hata wengine hawajijui. Ni mmoja aliletwa kutoka kuonoa. Ya tatu, huyu mheshimiwa Pilti aliandika bwana ya msichana yake ambayo ni head of department katika bunge hili ya procurement. Hiyo ni conflict of interest ama sio hivyo?
I would feel that maybe there was some sexual favors people were seeking, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, in my view that I can attest because it happened to me, Mr. Speaker. When we were seeking mortgages, Mr. Speaker, I did find my name, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I had to invoke the support of Honorable koech, member members, member Lembus, Mr. Speaker, yes, just say, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's Lembus, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have to invoke his assistant for me to get mortgage, Mr. Speaker. Where is the fairness, Mr. Speaker? If women in this assembly will not and they will not be supported, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I want to be very clear on this issue of all of the employment. The issue of employment, Mr. Speaker, you are just picking a problem, one problem from the rest, and picking Kiprop as an evidence of what was done, Mr. Speaker. I think this committee missed a point. I need to have a trial, Mr. Speaker, that was done because Kiprop, there are many staff who reported the same time or the same month with the Kiprop, Mr. Speaker, and they are here. Even on 3rd of August, there was an interview done in this assembly, Mr. Speaker, when the other board already were in election process, and that file is not mentioned, Mr. Speaker. It's not mentioned here. Mr. Speaker, I can give one evidence that on 5th of August, I met a lady in charge of an election. He was involved in the election process on ICT matters on our side of TRT, and he was coming from an interview, Mr. Speaker.
And I will go straight to the prayer part, which says, now therefore, in view of the foregoing and in accordance with section 23, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the County Assembly Service Act 2017, this motion urges the County Assembly of Baringo to resolve as follows. 1. To immediately revoke the appointment of Mr. Joseph C. Koech, the clerk to the County Assembly, for the reasons set out above, and subsequently pay him his dues. And 2, to declare the position of clerk of the County Assembly of Baringo as vacant. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Stands adjourned until next Tuesday, the 7th May at 2:30 p.m.
Among the issues were incompetency, discrimination, among others. There are so many, about 8 charges. And today, upon tabling the motion or the report, after a long deliberation, we went into division, and of course, the report was approved by the majority of the members, 25 against 18. Then in the subsequent motion that was tabled by the service board, an amendment was brought by the members, which we did not object, because 1, it approved the revocation, and of course gave him a leeway to get his dues. And of course, in the County Assembly Service Board Act, that process would begin immediately after the revocation. The allegations on the unemployment, we found that there were quite a number of discrepancies. 1, we found about 5 members of staff who were given 2 allotment letters, dated the same date, signed by the same officer, and we even found 1 with 3. Among other issues were mainly on the audit issues, that for quite some times the tabling of the audit queries by the external auditor were not tabled in time, and thus making the assembly to lose some money that we were supposed to access after tabling our audit reports in time.
Kitu ambao tumeshuhudia leo ni dhuluma kwa haki. There was miscarriage of justice to what has been passed by this assembly, that the clerk to be impeached or to be dismissed. It's only that we were just doing some bits of addition or amendments that may he be given his dues. But the major point that I'm concerned is how the issue was handled by the 11th member committee, that we gave the mandate to go and deliberate on the possibility and the truth of being impeached. But we are worried, and we are not satisfied, some of us, because we voted, and although the House had it, what the procedure which was used was not right, because Koech was not given an opportunity to express himself or to defend himself against the allegations that were placed against him. This house is divided, and we are destined to division and battles in this house. And the speaker is to be blamed because he doesn't make his decisions based on facts. Many reasons or allegations which were brought against koech cannot be corroborated. The issue of employment could not be corroborated or proved because this was an allegation dating back to 2013. And that was the time, it was another regime which was led by Mcas, who is now the member of parliament for TRT. In the allegation, we are told koech employed people haphazardly. He gave people employment letters twice. But the issue we could not understand because this was done in a different regime. Secondly, the issue of blaming koech for the funds and the issue of workers is actually handled by human resource. So I want to say Kerich has taken a different direction. He has been misled. We had the majority as Jubilee, but now those who are leading the house is KANU.
Hii punga itagawanyika na tutapata watu wengi. Sisi kama upande wangu tutapata watu wengi. In fact, we shall be the leading people in this assembly. Na hii pita imeanza, na let me tell you, will come for Kerich. Mtakuja kusikia Kerich. And Kerich atatolewa hata wakati yuko. Let me get it from. Atatolewa tu, atakuta is no longer speaker of Baringo County Assembly. You know, ukipanga mwingine hata unapangua, unapangwa. Because this dunia hii namna hii. Panga hii unatengeneza. Wanafikiri sisi ni wachinga. Tuliweka Kerich kwa sababu gani? Tulikuwa nataka unite watu ya assembly ya Baringo kwa sababu ile nyingine tulikuwa napita. Wanapigana wrangles. You see now Pogos are leading. Wenzetu wachumu kutoka TRT, they are leading this process. Yeah? And the other time, so if you see now they are saying we are the ones leading the assembly. Jamaa wamewachilia. Sasa kiwachilia, we want now to see a way of getting somebody who can unite the Baringo County Assembly. And we are planning, we are not sleeping. I've got 19 members here. I want only 10, 11, that's enough for me. 30. It's only 30. And tunatoa mtu mara moja. Na hakuna kwenda kotini. Ukienda ulete nini, hii inaita nini? Kotota tutatoa bila alikuwa na hii. Mimi nitakat hiyo assembly. Hakuna.